5 seconds.
Normally there's a question that follows
There's no
that, right?
question, guys. It's open-ended. It's free flow.
Hello, Kyle. How are you doing?
Kyle.
I already said hello to you guys earlier. Talk to me about the series.
We're just trying to return these pleasantries towards you, but about this series, it's
Gonna be anything
fun.
but pleasant.
It's gonna be fun. We'll see. Liquid, they already did beat Secret once, and Secret were considered favorites back then. Maybe something changed here. Liquid are showing quite a strong showing.
These are just saying a whole bunch
Very
of
beautiful
You need
statistics.
questions.
As you can
how it is.
see, this gives us the 2020. This is where humanity has peaked. Look at this. They are, Kyle. Isn't it beautiful? Like, I can't see you anymore through it. I feel better.
The crazy thing is that win rate on Secret. I believe that's their lifetime. Is that lifetime? I know their win rate somewhere up like 7.
Crazy thing is the average smokes. Did you see the average smokes of Secret? 1.1. One smoke per game. That's all they need. Just one smoke. They got it.
Why are you intentionally going to make my job difficult, Lizard? I will put you in timeout. I will turn that chair around.
I'm loving this, Lizard. This is a new age. What's up, buddy?
The funny, and this to me just kind of demonstrates the notoriety Secret have, right? Even though they lost to Liquid, they're still going to come into this draft as the favorite. One has to imagine. As we get the draft underway, already a few bans
By the way, this is something that they did in 1 out of 3 games that they played versus Liquid. The game they won, they banned out the Grimstroke.
You got to.
I think you have to versus Liquid.
And it's notable. It's the first ban, which means they came in saying, yes, we are banning Grim. And I 100% agree.
Especially when Liquid has first pick. If they have first pick, the hero that they have picked the most actually is Grimstroke in this tournament. Grimstroke and Ember is something that they really like to go back and forth from.
Yeah. How many, and this is wild, right? Because on Liquid, I feel like the cores get a lot of love, you know, Boxy, Koifa, Mickey, all seen as budding superstars, but 3 bans so far from Secret, all 3 Insania's heroes.
Yeah.
But we kind of saw that from like that previous series, right? It's like you use a ban on, let's say, Resolution, and it's like, well, why are you banning this hero? There's no reason. It's just like, oh, you played a good game, ban it. But it's always the supports that unlock the rest of the draft, right? Think about first pick. You said about Grimstroke. You get your Grimstroke. You got through the opening, right? Now you see 2 heroes. It's so much easier to draft.
This is Kotl. It's Kotl.
They left
sure,
Chen,
there
though.
you go. Yeah, it's not Chen, and this opens up that Chen pick for Secret. Chen +1 for them is something that they like to pick as well.
And Liquid is probably my favorite team to watch play Coddle Bristle. This goes all the way back to Heroes of Newerth with Nymphora Armadon, effectively the same hero, although the Coddle Bristle combo is a little better. My
Also,
point
with the
being,
Necro being banned out, it makes it even better. You could even open up like that.
Mickey and Insania have played this hero combination together for more than half a decade.
However,
Mickey, for more than a quarter of Mickey's life, he's been playing
There is a chance that they again go for that lone druid that they did in the previous series that they played versus Bristleback, and they stomped it. So we'll see if Secret go for that opening. Chen, however, right?
Yeah. A nice thing though in these bans especially is that you have Earth Shaker and Rubik banned from Liquid and Shadow Demon on Secret. And then you think about the heroes that Yapsor has played so far in this tournament, it's those 3 plus Tusk. They're like the main 4.
Yeah, but Tusk is 100% win rate from him. If you're thinking about banning something, that has to be up there.
But then you think about Liquid, they open up obviously with the Coddle, which is a natural counter to the Tusk. So you pretty much put like, okay, we've taken away the 4 big picks that you've presented so far in this tournament. Just
All right.
Team Secrets turn
Sure.
This is going to be a rough one.
They go with the Witch Doctor. All right. Navi with the Witch Doctor have had around 20% win rate with around 12 games. I hope Secret performs a bit better with it.
To me, this is just gotta be in preparation for a Bristle, right? Because you could see perhaps like an AA come out, but I think Doc just has that better laning presence, stronger in the early game, easier at making rotations, and the Maledict is one of the better tools at taking down the Bristle.
The thing as well, for Secret, you can see it maybe as like even if Liquid still want to go for their Bristle, you put like kind of a soft counter where it's, okay, you don't really want to put in the off lane because it's not going to have a strong time there because of that laning matchup. So you're forcing the flexibility of the Bristle to be shifted towards maybe mid, most likely carry, if they do want to still pick it, that is.
It's tough. I don't really like the Bristle into Ember either, because then it's almost Puppy just daring them to do it, right? Well, we have Maledict and we have this hero that'll buy Spirit Vessel or maybe a Desert.
Exactly.
Please pick Bristle. Bring it at us. See what you got.
And if they get that Bristle, there's also a possibility of giving Yapcot something like an Enigma, you know, that position 4. It can be played on offline, and there you go. The Bristle has been picked up. Kotl Bristle, I mean, it's a scary thing. But what people don't understand, most of the time when we speak about Kotl Bristle, it's not Chakra Magic that activates in that much. It's really strong, but it's the ulti and the way you play around that Bristle. Bristle, all he needs is that resetting tool that prolongs team fights, and Kotl provides you exactly that with Will-O-Wisp. Now suddenly a hero that you want to jump on and eliminate in one go, you can do that. And if you can't do that to Bristle, you can't even go on him.
Yeah, and what's interesting is for most teams, I feel like the Bristle is almost always offlane, but I think for Liquid specifically, they want it to be Mickey's hero. Qualifier could play it, Box could play it, it's still open, but they're one of the few teams that really like all in on this hard carry Bristle.
Are they gonna follow up on that? If you don't ban out the lone druid, we're gonna pick the lone druid.
Yeah, I think you probably should ban it if you're secret. I think it just makes the draft too easy, right? Like
Witch Doctor is kind of cute versus him, right? Because of the cask as well. It used to be the old school hero to pick as a support.
Like,
it does work. Like, it's
Push lineups nowadays, they remind me of back when teams like Wings would just first 2 Drow, and you'd know it was coming. You'd pick an anti-Drow lineup, but you'd just lose the game at 15 minutes anyway because the damage output's just too high too fast. It feels similar with the way Liquid utilized this Coddle Lone Druid Bristle combo, because you just have such a crazy high like HP to damage ratio that you just can't take them down. And
damn, okay.
Ooh, damn, actually, what is this?
Yap Doctor. Ooh.
Is this the Yap Doctor?
Yap
exactly,
Doctor. It could be offlane Witch Doctor. Maybe they've got a weird core Witch Doctor.
Remember the time when Bane stole damage?
Oh,
that was I was so dumb.
That was so stupid, yeah.
Back when you could level stats. You just go to offlane, just level sap and stats, and just exist. Oh, they were the golden days, actually.
5 seconds.
That was such an uncomfortable time to play. It's just frustrating to go up against things that can't be beaten. To be fair, Enchantress at this last TI felt pretty similar. As we don't see that core more often. Obviously took some nerfs, but still really annoying to play against.
Some base changes to the hero as well, right?
Yep.
Making untouchable your ultimate. The Agonist is so bad right now as well on entry. Not really an item that everyone picked up back then too, but
Liquid might be under the assumption though that this is the support duo, and if so, you'd expect them to grab some reach, and why not? Hit a Tusk. Hard save as well for the Bristle for a reset.
Oh, here we go, mister. Welcome back.
Very aggressive. This is.
Yeah, I suppose this should be the Bounty Hunter core. Right?
Yes.
Now the only question is he going to be offlane, or maybe even perhaps safe?
Well, they are second pick, so they have all the time in the world to decide. I think the last time they played as well, Liquid were actually first pick in all 3 of the games in the series. Yep. So I'd like to know actually if they're choosing, like what they're choosing actually other teams do.
I mean, Puppy will probably receive, if they lose this game, he'll get criticized for letting Liquid have Coddle Bristle, but you got to give him credit for having a really nice answer, preemptively decided even. You have Maledict now, a Vessel Buyer, and Bounty Hunter is really nice against the Bristle too, because you just kite him so easily. Everyone gets bonus move speed, he's just kind of running in circles.
So Maledict and Ember are pretty strong when it comes to reach on Kotl, on something like a Lone Druid, but does it stop Liquid from actually picking a Lone Druid here? That's my question.
I don't think it does.
Is
really.
it enough?
No, because like even if Liquid Lone Druid, I guess the scary part for them.
We go.
There you go, yeah. The scary part.
My job is so easy when Liquid is playing, man. You just call every single hero.
But that's the benefit. It's actually easier to talk about and discuss when we get these titans in a matchup.
When you understand exactly what they're gonna do. It's hard to talk about Dota when the players are doing hectic, crazy things.
Yeah, because I guarantee Insanity and Puppy put some time into this. They did their research. They both are Liquid's in their comfort zone. Secret's got something they see as an answer, and now it just comes down to who's got the better read. What are you guys leaning on so far?
I think for now, Secret has that ability to actually just move, right? They can go cut in between the lines. Like Liquid, they're good at like defending a tower for just plonking a hero in front of it, but they're not really putting any damage out and actually getting rid of them. So they're delaying the push, which means potentially.
How do you delay versus lone druid though? That can be very difficult to do, right?
Delaying their the push of secret, right? Like that aggression, right? So Bristle just parks himself in front and then Cuddle Tusk behind.
There is no push from secret though. When you look at these 4 heroes, for now, they have no push coming.
What's the boxy hero? Is it anything but Slardar?
Well, so Mars isn't here.
Secret did ban out Batrider a couple of times as well versus something. They actually have Batrider and That Prophet as their most banned heroes, I believe, in Pushka League. Maybe one more is out there, but Boxy Batrider could be seen here too. Slardar is pretty sick though.
Yeah, I think actually Slardar's kind of.
I wouldn't mind even something like a Clock, man. Yeah, you struggle versus Ember.
Lizard.
Look at Witch Doctor, look at Bounty Hunter, you love playing versus these heroes.
How'd you kill the Ember at any point in the game? He just runs around wild, right? You want a man
last
who just goes...
pick Lizard. I know we've been hanging out a bit recently, but last pick Clocks, like
all right,
dude,
I'm just saying it is out there, but it's really good versus the 3 supports. You can kind of itemize versus the Ember perhaps, and then again you're talking about Slardar. It just gives you 1 extra bash versus the Ember eventually, and he can chain you before that stun. I don't see how your call of Slardar is much better versus the Ember, and that's why you're reasoning.
Also, I believe Boxy did lose a tier 8 battle cup to my 5k friend yesterday playing Slardar.
Oh.
And so maybe he's just a bit offbeat from that game and he doesn't want to play the Slardar again, knowing he didn't really have a good last night.
To be fair, he was probably playing with his real life friends. Now he's with his actual squad of Team Liquid,
who are also his real life friends. So,
but what are you guys thinking? There is Slardar. There is Slardar. There you go.
Like what?
It's too easy. I mean, it's too damn easy. It's
just look. I love this, and this is really just the tale of 2 captains. Where Insania, they're on a roll. His squad is now on pretty much all of their best heroes, and Puppy's like, yeah, have them. Take everything you want.
I don't know, man. I've seen this backfire towards Puppy many times.
But we've seen it work. He's been playing a game for 15 years. It works sometimes, it doesn't work others, but at least he takes that shot in game 1. If you got a free one to throw away, it would be this one.
Secret needs a way to actually hit buildings at this point, because they have the draft to punish the clunkiness of these cores, right?
I mean, it's a hero that works really well versus the Slardar in the lane, so there's that. He's a very strong laner here, and it's going to be Slardar Tusk. Both of these like to hit you. You have now most likely Bane and Troll, I suppose.
Wait, you have to put Ember safe. I don't think you can put Ember mid against Troll.
That's actually true. That's actually very true.
You have to put Troll mid.
But it's still the fact that now you put your Troll mid, he's the guy that needs to be, again, in the World's Card, activated. So he's going to have that free time mid lane, especially against the Druid. You then have the kind of sweeping motion. The issue is simply, I think the top lane is going to be crucial. If this Ember v Slardar matchup, if maybe you get the early kills on the Ember Witch Doctor, maybe bringing the Bounty in as well. I'll show you the Bounty off the Bane, sorry. Then you can actually punish the Slardar. You got a good game on your hands, but if
you actually don't have to support the Bounty way too much. No. It's not like you're going to contribute heavily with whatever you set up there. Maybe with the Witch Doctor you have some kill potential on the Kotl, but if you do put some stronger safe lane to protect the Ember, he will be able to play make in its game, right? If you put 2-1-2, this Ember might be obliterated in the safe lane. It's going to be difficult to play versus Tusk plus Slardar, man.
It just reminds me of that game when Nigma were against OG and you had mind control on Axe, right? And OG let the Axe have a good time for 6 minutes, but then they just rotated non-stop into him, took his tower and closed out the map. It kind of gives me that vibe as well, where if you just shut down the Slardar, Liquid can never really make that good plays, right? It would be a slow play where it's not going to be that big jump. So if you just take away Slardar from the equation, I think Secret could just roll over it.
I appreciate the setup, but who are you taking? 2 words.
Team Liquid.
Team Secret. All
right. Well, I do believe that that's the end of our analysis. And now we've got a real treat for you. Team Liquid. Team Secret. First game upcoming, casted by none other than OD Pixel and Fogged. Please take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Carl. And looking forward to this one. Secret versus Liquid and Fogged. I mean, we've heard what the panelists had to say about the draft. They're sort of split on it, Liquid and Secret. Where are you sort of leading with these heroes?
I mean, I look at Liquids and it looks like a very standard Liquid draft, right? They've got their, like, people playing their traditional heroes. We've got the Boxy Slardar, we've got Koikfa on his Lone Druid, we've got Mickey on his Bristle, and Sanya Coddle. Very signature-based heroes. I would say, I mean, there's still some signature ones from Secret, but Secret's got more of a different kind of draft. Very single target, not a lot of team fight, kind of limited wave clear, I guess we could say. It's like Troll and Ember. 3 of these heroes don't kill creeps very nicely, right? Bane, Witch Doctor, and Bounty Hunter. So when I look at Secret, is it's just going to be like this crazy brawl, just trying to bring it to Liquid before they can get a timing together where they can start pushing.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, looking at these drafts from our perspective, I feel like Liquid's got a terrifying draft. You know, these 5 heroes, they're going to come running at you sort of the 20-minute phase. Our Secret going to have the items to deal with it. I'm seeing sort of these heroes being controlled up. You know, this Ember, the Troll, these 2 cores, they've got solid answers for it, Liquid. So I'm very interested to see what Secret's going to be able to pull out the bag this game. And if anything, you've got to imagine this is something that Puppy's done before. He goes against these teams. He kind of lets them have their bread and butter. And then he says, all right, you know, he likes to set the difficulty to insane. And I feel like he kind of has done this game, letting Liquid get the heroes they have. So we'll see what Secret's able to do in terms of playing into what seems to be kind of a dream Liquid draft.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think like maybe the one thing I'm looking at is like the Ember could have this styly kind of game if he's able to get online, because I look in the disables are pretty limited, right? That's the one thing that Liquid is really lacking. The ones that are there are pretty telltale. It's like it's Slardar when he gets the Blink Dagger is a good one, but the rest of them Nisha should be able to play around them.
I mean, I don't know. I'm still, for me, you look at this Lone Druid, and
it's terrifying, absolutely.
Yeah, you get sort of the Mask of Madness Basher on the bear, and between the bashes and the roots, I feel like you don't need any other stuns. You know, once this bear's on you, you are kind of done and dusted. And the fact that they have so many ways to amp up that sort of play with obviously the Slardar ult and the nasal goo. Like, if Liquid don't get rolled over in the laning stage, the lineup's going to be just horrendous to fight against.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Definitely. Like, I think it's really, if Secret does in these lanes, this game could end very quickly, but we'll see how they end up with them, as they do have strong supports, right? The Bane and the Witch Doctor are 2 heroes that are very strong supports currently in the meta. Witch Doctor actually got a pretty cool buff, in my opinion. I think the cask mana cost is sick. You have like 5 casks or more inside the laning phase. You have a lot more freedom.
That's true. Yeah, it's incredibly low mana cost on that nowadays. And yeah, just overall sort of look at the lane setup for those of you just joining. We've got Matu in the mid on its Troll going against Quaker, and Nisha will be playing down here on the side lane against Mika and Insania, this sort of signature Bristle Cottle lane that Liquid were able to get in their first 2 picks of the draft. Top lane, a bit of an aggression towards Yapsop, but the cask will stop Boxy from being able to follow up Tiger's advances onto the Witch Doctor.
This was a bit of mind games by Liquid, though, the way that they set their lanes up. I do believe that Secret had expected the Bristle back up top, because that's usually how Liquid does run it. Run the Coddle plus the Bristle in the safe lane. So I do think that caught them off guard, because looking at their item choices, there's no stick on that bottom lane, and they both do have sticks up top. So.
Oh yeah, without doubt then. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's definitely one way that Liquid's been able to outmaneuver Secret in terms of the lane setups. See how the CS will go on. I mean, this top lane, I feel like, you know, Zai, he's able to farm. You know, sure, the Slardar Tusk lane, it is strong, but having the Witch Doctor backing you up, that little bit harder for Liquid to really get a go on him. I mean,
yeah, and Bounty has a crazy amount of armor. You see right there, he's at 9 armor. Like, he gets gone on, it's whatever. If Witch Doctor gets on, he can die, but he has ways to play around it with the cask for the one melee.
Seeing how we're going on the mid lane at the moment, we do have Koikfa having a little bit of a lead here, 9 for 2 against the 7 for 2. Very, very close though, nonetheless. I mean, both, you know, it kind of works both ways. You know, if you're applying the mischance, chances are that the hero is going to be outside of the range, and the other way around, if you're trying to make a go onto Matu, he's going to be able to make sure that you're not hitting him every hit and getting the chance of chain rooting him down.
Yeah, I feel like Matu this should be a pretty even lane. Maybe Koikfa pulling ahead a tiny bit, but Matu has ways to play around it, always securing range creeps a little bit better with those axes. Yeah, should be fairly even down in that mid lane. Bottom, I'm curious how this one's going to end. Because what I'm seeing Puppy do right now is pretty much take no experience, as we've seen a lot of these supports do. But he's like pretty much just level 1. Nisha's near level 4. So I guess they're going to try to make an aggressive play with that high level Ember.
I mean, and that's perfect, right? You know, Ember is a hero that traditionally does, you know, obviously we do see a lot of side lane, safe lane Ember, but it is a hero that is so strong if you are able to make sure that he gets, you know, that boosted experience at the start of the game. Down bottom, an attempt onto Nisha, but Puppy's got the Nightmare. will be able to hold back Mickey and Insania from chasing for that.
It's a scary lane for like the back line, right? For instance, you know, if he gets gone on, he's very easily to die. Same thing for Puppy if he does get fined out by a couple goose stacks. The frontline heroes, I think, have ways to play around. Like Nisha can always just like chain. He's gotten 2 points in chain, so he can actually disengage if he does get goose stack.
And in terms of how static these lanes are going to be, I think we're going to see them sort of stay like this, right? There's not really any sort of expect to see an early movement from.
Maybe around the 4 minutes.
Because, you know, everybody's farming.
I feel like Secret probably wants to make an aggressive move first, because the one thing you have to expect is exactly what Insania is doing. You're playing against the Coddle Bristle. This Coddle's going to back up and stack. That's probably why they even put the lane down bottom instead of top, is being able to have that access point. You see Insania every time he backs up, illuminates. They have a triple ancient stack already prepared for Bristle. So I feel like Secret might want to make some type of move, at least to identify, or something to at least make aggression. As Nisa bottom, that was a decent amount of damage to make it.
Yeah, I mean, with his 3 points and slight, he's certainly starting to hurt. Bristle is tanky as he may be down the line early on. He's only got the 5 armor to rely on. Top lane, Zai and Tiger sort of duking it out between the two of them. Tiger will be the one to come out on top of it as they get that kill. Boxy looking for the body blocks onto Yap, so he's got the setup for another bash. These blocks should set up for the second, and it will be there. Boxy getting the double kill. I mean, as the panel says, you know, this is Boxy on Slardar, pretty much the hero that he was playing before anyone else was starting to touch it. You know, he has been on Slardar for years upon years, and yeah, he's having a brilliant start to it. And surprisingly, it was a hero that Liquid got pretty late on in the draft.
Yeah, and also they have a Slardar versus not only just a bounty hunter, who's obviously going to be amazing with Corrosive Haze. I look at these secret heroes and their paper. Corrosive Haze on these heroes, like bounty hunter, troll, sure, they can be a little bit tanky, but the other three, they've got like no armor to work with.
But an attempt towards Boxy. No, they won't be able to find him. Boxy going for, that's not the standard, is it? The old phase boot Slardar. Are we seeing other people do this nowadays?
Interesting.
I mean, it gives him a lot of armor. It's super tanky. It's obviously giving you straight up damage that's going to be amped up massively. I like sort of the theory here. I'm a big phase boost fan. You know, it's fun to spam. You run people down. And, you know, if there's anyone, of course you are. You know, anyone who's got a Slardar build to get behind, it's going to be Boxy. So we're going to see some speedy Slardar in action this game.
Yeah, it's cool. I think the armor, I mean, I guess in the lane, the armor is quite nice versus Zai, and just allows him, because you don't want to be spamming sprint as much as you used to be in the past. I'm not sure. I kind of throwing something random out there, but
and it could be sort of the assumption as well. They see Nisha obviously going with this max slight build. They may be expecting him to go for like some Deso build up. So it's just having that extra armor over just the HP you get from the attributes from treads could certainly favor Boxy this game.
Yeah. Hey, he's the Slardar. You know, he is the Slardar, right? He's like the only guy who's like been playing it for a very long time. So
bottom lane, Nisha and Puppy. They will be able to catch out Insania. He's trying to move it up to the bear. Oh, he's not going to be able to find it with the nuke. As Quake's able to keep it on the high ground, keep it at safety.
Oh, that would have won him the lane. If he got that bear kill, lane one from that point on. That was close.
Yeah, both mid laners holding themselves very nicely. 37 for 7, 34 for 8 on the mid. Tiger with the shards. Able to stop Zai and Yapso being able to chase him down. I guess the wonder is, you know, obviously Boxy with the boot. So I'm kind of wondering, does he still go for a blink, or is this going to be a different sort of build?
I mean, Blink's just too good this game, right? The backlines are so squishy. They're so frail on Bane and Witch Doctor. These two heroes, if you get collapsed upon, you're just... They already have good heroes to train, right, with Bristle and Slardar. So maybe he does opt for something different, but I think it's too good to have that initiation tool, because he's their initiator. So
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, still. Top lane, I feel it. This is the one where we've got to watch. Tiger's back in again.
Static lanes completely.
Let's see if they can go in on Zai or Yapso. Tiger's looking for the opening. So does now start to stray away a little bit.
Looking at this warding game right now by Insania, he's got everything kind of covered. Do you see that Secret? They have one ward at least watching, but yeah, the stacks. And he's got the bases covered to watch if any movements are going to start setting up and coming over here. But Puppy has a ward watching. He did get one down.
He did. And he didn't get the Ancients again, unfortunately. They weren't quite able to be pulled outside of it, but already, of course, a very juicy ancient stack for the takings.
Had he put the sentry down in time to block it?
Oh, you're probably right. Yes,
I think he blocked it. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he absolutely did. You're right. He did. Yeah, it was the sentry that blocked it from being pulled. Not a bad pull. I mean, my bad, Insania. Insania had it. It was just indeed sorted out by Puppy. Also sitting down bottom, Mickey and Nisha going toe-to-toe with it all. But Mickey's got to be a little careful. Puppy's trying to come in with a brain sap onto one of the two of them, but they'll keep their distance.
Action on both side lanes there for a moment. Nisha's level 8. Look at the levels on the two others of the Liquid. Like level 4 and level 5 on the Bristle and the Coddle. Puppy only level 3. Him sacrificing all these levels is actually making Nisha a monster.
I mean, absolutely. The sort of resource management, the XP management down bottom from Secret has been perfect. And it's going to allow Nisha to feel very, very strong. Top lane, leading on to Yapsor. They'll burst him down now. They can turn over towards Zai. Zai is in a whole lot of trouble with the corrosive haze on him. He's taking far too much damage as, again, Liquid able to clean up both heroes on this top lane. See if either of them pop down to the Maledict. They won't. They will be fine as they'll be able to walk themselves back to base and back to safety. Seeing over towards mid, Matu. His farm will still continue. Checking out the net worth right now. Still pretty close. Mickey is falling behind a little bit. This bottom lane, with the way that Nisha has been able to play with that level advantage, has made it a little too tough for the Bristle to stick around. But of course, he has got these ancients. If Liquid are able to clean these up,
you can't farm these.
Secret's going to contest any sort of attempt to clear these by Liquid.
And Nisha's so high level. Doubt. Like, there's a level 9 Ember Spirit versus a level 6 Bristle.
3 levels on Mickey. Boxy is coming across to try and help out. Mickey does need it. He's already been brought down to half his HP. They'll try and run down Puppy in the river. Same time over towards mid. Matu moving in onto Insania will be able to take him out with the whirling axes down bottom. Boxy is able to chase and finish off Puppy.
Boxy has to play this bodyguard right now. These ancients need to be saved for the Bristleback. Needs those levels to boost him forward. Because yeah, the two cores right now on Secret, the two main ones, both level 9, almost level 10. Qualifier is keeping up, but yeah, their experience in general is just way too high right now. Nisha getting pressured.
Quite be able to find him with the crush. A little too speedy on the Ember Spirit. As we'll see up top in terms of Zai's farm, he's got his phase. Speedy little bounty, something that's very important to help him run away from Boxy anytime Slardar comes a hunting. Now, which he may do so once again here as Boxy is heading up top. Tiger is about to hit 6 as well. He's going to have a fantastic amount of physical burst. That combo with the Walrus Punch. See if they can drag in. The charge will miss, but the snowball, it won't. Straight in onto Zai, punched up. Won't be enough to kill him straight away. Can they stay on top of him? A TP's coming from Nisha, and they cannot finish off Zai. He's already starting to salve up. And with the backup of Nisha, Secret will be able to turn and take down Tiger.
This gives them time though, Mick, and now they're able to pull some aggression toward top. Mick is able to at least finish those ancients off out of all that. We see tons of sentries bought off by Insania too, making sure he can protect those stacks. He knows how important that right side of the map is for the Bristle. And yeah, Secret will be able to pressure this tower nicely. Nisha almost with he's getting close to his Vessel, finished up about 1,000 off from that one.
Yes,
Matu has very good timing for himself too, top net worth. Very even so far.
Yeah, excellent start to this game from both teams. So there's sort of the biggest disparity being between the position ones. You know, Mickey obviously falling behind Puppy. Does get caught here. And Boxy is going to try and get the vision out onto more. Quick trap, use the corrosive haze onto Zai. Insane is also around, does have the 6, so they have got that set up with the Will-O-Wisp if they're going to try and fight this up top. But they won't put a stop to Secret taking the tier 1. They'll get the tower. More money into the bank of Nisha.
Still at the moment of them just trying to like straight up brawl of Liquid playing versus Secret. I think it's still a little scary for Liquid because Lone Druid, he's not going to contribute that crazy amount just yet. He's still building his way toward that beast mode. So I think
they might be able to do something. Japsel does have the death board. They've got enough damage. Koifa's going to be able to pop his ult, and with that, they're a little slow on going for how tanky this Lone Druid is. They don't really want to throw or waste any ultimates upon him. Now the bear turns strictly onto this Witch Doctor. Takes Yapsor out in a matter of seconds, and Liquid, they've turned up full force now. Secret have got to be careful. And looks like Liquid, after that sort of bit of aggression, they will back off to their respective lanes. Qualifier going back to mid.
Radiant's middle
Getting
tower
some
He's
pressure
all about
on
just
the
hitting
tier 1
towers.
tower here as well.
Yep.
And he's getting closer and closer towards the desk. So just a Mithril Hammer away from the Desolator on the bear.
Dice starting to at least poke him.
And all this time, though, you do have to look at Matu. Matu's had sort of that whole free area around mid, between the lane and the neutral creeps. And he's top net worth. And this troll is going to be very, very scary. And they do have a lineup that can kill off the bear. That is the thing. If this bear's sort of out of place, Secret can turn and beat him down.
Dire's middle
Yeah,
tower has
be a big one that they have to rally around because he's going to be that.
Radiant's top tower is under
He's kind of going to be their tanky front line in a way, which is a little weird as a troll warlord. But at this rate, he will be because he's trying to build toward those items like a drum, but he's still not going to be nearly as tanky as this troll because of this straight level disparity.
Oh, I'm just looking at it insane. I'm seeing some insane level of stacking. It seems like every minute he is triple stacking, getting 3 camps at a time as this Cole. And this is just doing so much work for Mickey, giving him so much farm and XP, allowing him to really get his game back in gear. After a bit of a slow start on that bottom lane, it's pretty much all been recovered. And do manage to get this poor old puppy. The supports, as you said off the back of the draft, these are supports on Secret that if collapsed upon, they just die instantly to Liquid's lineup.
Absolutely. But yeah, this has been a long time that Liquid's actually been doing this. I think, honestly, it's not only just a Han element, but it was a big thing in Han about like the whole stacking. But this team has always been so adamant about it. Like at TI, I remember it was like the games when you look and you're like, oh my god, they have like 5x stacks everywhere in the jungle. They're always making sure that they can keep themselves up, at least in the economy. Because again, if your lanes go poorly, you need to have a backup plan, and that's exactly what this always entails.
Never refuse.
And it's kept the game as close as it is. 9 to 4, only a 1k gold difference in it, going the way of Secret right now.
Captured in the flame.
And that's literally because of the stacks, like you're saying, yeah. I mean, sure, 9 to 4, but even 9 to 4, they would be at an even bigger gold disparity if they hadn't gotten those. Boxy's still pretty far from, about 1,000 gold from a Blink Dagger, so still hard for them to make these type of aggressive plays without just Taiga and him leading the way. Unless they're just straight up setting up on a tower.
Yeah, I like
Secret are looking strong.
The choice of just getting that casual gloves of face, particularly because he didn't go for the dreads, he went for the phase. Yeah, I'm sure he's still able to get that very cost-effective benefit.
Did get increased a bit. Got the 50 extra gold bomb.
Day, wasn't it? Oh, and
it was 15 and it got a gold increase. Yeah, it got increased in price because it was too overpowered lately.
Very nice little item, Zai. This river proving to be a dangerous spot for Secret. Anybody that comes into this area seems to immediately get snowballed upon.
And Boxy got the kill, which is big. But now Boxy
may lose Boxy in return. He's come out a little too far on his top, and with that Deathwater Maledict, that'll do it. Boxy is cut out of the game as Yapso and Nisha strike from the trees.
Yapso gets the kill. Nisha would have probably wanted that little bit of that gold bounty, but it's okay. Put Yapso. The medallion already finished up. That's a very good item pickup this game. As we mentioned, they're quite fragile this game on the side of Secret, so that'll help a lot versus the Corrosive Haze.
We'll see Insane up top.
Yeah.
He may pay for pushing out these waves.
Track money.
A stout heart was not enough.
Nice little cash bonus for Secret. Of course, these sort of pickoffs for them on the support's worth that much more than Liquid killing their own because of that bounty hunter. Mid lane, Puppy is going to be trapped up. He's got his ghost done. That's pretty early considering, this was a Bane that was not even taking any XP down bottom. A Puppy able to put a stop to this. In fact, a turn with the grip onto the bear, making sure that Matu's got the space to commit onto Tiger without any interruption from any sort of fear or root. So a heads-up play there from Puppy.
And now they want more.
Matu a free kill. And this cast setup, it couldn't be any better. Qualifier, he's been maledicted. He's going to be slowed down by Matu's action. They move forward. The Will-O-Wisp is down, but Qualifier, he's ticking down low. Nisha's going to be able to move around, and he's going to be able to clean up. They get the track out onto the call as well. It's 3 dead on Liquid. A track out now onto Mickey, and there's no help for him. Death Ward's down from Yapso. Secret just run down mid and kill all 4.
How was that? 3 tracks? 2? Yeah, at least 3 tracks, I believe. Yeah, and now they can go straight to Roche off of that.
Yeah, that was.
There's going to be no time for them to react on the side of Liquid. That was a blunder of events coming out. Them diving forward for a Bane kill, not seeing that he had a Ghost Scepter, and they turned it around and get 4.
To kill you later.
Yeah, very painful set of events there for Liquid. They're trying to come over towards the pit. I don't know if they're going to be able to put a stop to this. Roshan's falling pretty quick. Tiger's going to throw out shards, but Puppy's already able to start playing with him. Holding him back with a Nightmare, allowing Nisha and Matu to finish off Roshan. And now Nisha, he has that Aegis ready to play with as well. And Matu's farm continues to tower upon anyone else in this game, hitting 10k net worth here at 18 minutes in. He's got Yasha,
And Boxy.
Basha, and Mithril Hammer. He is absolutely huge. What was he doing?
He was trying to kill Zai. He thought he'd get him with one attack, and he lived. He ended up living actually because of the bonus armor, and then gets surrounded.
They're crumbling a little bit, Liquid. They're able to hold their composure so well through the laning stage. They have this sort of dream lineup, but now Secret, they're coming in with the outplay. And as I say, I keep talking about Matu because the way he farms on his troll, you slip up a few times against this man, he's going to be farming at a pace that nobody else in the game can keep up with. And you are literally saying the numbers. He is that far ahead in a game that you've got to remember for the first 10 minutes or so, it was pretty even. You know, there was no sort of big differences, but this early mid-game portion has just allowed Matu to spiral out of control.
Yeah, I mean, just look like the 15 and 13 on those two cores. The rest of the levels on Secret are like 10, 9, and 8. They're just farming like beasts and making sure they show up at the right time to clean up. Now Secret forcing a reaction from Liquid. Yap store.
So they can get Yap. He is trapped in by the shards. Jumping from Nisha though. Nisha wants to fight. He's going to look to come in on box in the back. Moving in. The track, the cask is just ruining them. It bounces perfectly between the two of them. Mickey is going to be the focus. Tiger and Boxy have already fallen. Now they can look to try and chase. Nisha able to hit the slight change. Matu's on top of him with the ult. Pounding down onto the bristleback. 3 dead. The tracks are out for more. Insania will fall. Secret are just rolling over Liquid now. After what was a close start, everything has got drastically out of control for Liquid in the last 2 team fights.
They just kicked up the pace way too hard. Poppy with a clutch Nightmare onto Yapsor there allows him to get the time just to get the cask off. Enough bounces on these. I mean, it is like this kind of triple quad melee core from Liquid. The cask is doing quite a lot, and they're able to set up and turn around. And now they've got a whole nother set of items finished up, more levels too. And Matumba Man, who already was such a beast, now finishing up. Is that a full week? It's a BKB on top now too.
I mean, it's the items could not come any faster for Matu. Because one of the reasons why he's had so much space, I mean, it really is the rest of his team, and in particular, Nisha, the way they set up his lane down bottom and how he's been able to play. I mean, he's 4-0-10. He's been involved in 14 of the 15 kills that Secret's found this game. His movements on the Ember have been incredibly hard for Liquid to keep up with. I mean, yeah, you sort of wondered at the start if they would have the ways to trap him, and it really seems like they haven't. They just cannot get on top of Nisha. His positioning, every single engagement, it's been nothing less than perfect.
Mid lane, Tiger will get brought down, and I think it's a big element to what Puppy did, right? Puppy just completely gave himself no experience, gave Nisha everything, and look what Nisha's able to do with it.
And he's just running down to this Bristol right now. Mickey is already down to half HP. Spirit Burst bringing him down. Insania will knock him back. Zai's able to get the tracks out. You know, Secret's going to want to dive this. The Eye with the Wisp is down, but it does not matter. Matu moving in with a BKB. 21 double. The Death Ward is tearing through Boxy. This is going to be a third team fight that has been nothing less than a disaster for Liquid. Secret just styling on them with the maneuvers, with the plays right now. And Liquid, I don't know how they can get their composure back after this. They are being shaken up big time. How on earth do they get this game back under control? It's now a 12k lead. It's 20-12 on the kills. Secret taking objectives, and Liquid, they're just all over the place.
Yeah. And they don't have, like we mentioned, the control for Nisha's not really there. And now with like the amount of now what they've actually gained up to, like these we mentioned how like the supports are fragile, but the troll and the Ember have gotten to the point where they're pretty tanky. They can actually stand and just charge in the front line. Sure, they lose Zai, so no track kills gained for Secret, but he's the only one who dies. And he's the front line. Look, he's built now, 34 armor. He actually drops his drum in his Vlad. Get the track onto Qualifier there. A little bit of a cute play. But yeah, firm control now by Secret with this style that they like to play. Just pretty different, right? Very single target kind of oriented, but they made it work with the way that they're making it work with the way that they focused on certain heroes, you know, making these Ember and this Troll like gods.
And it feels like as well for as good of a start Boxy and Tiger had up top. You know, Boxy's not really been able to do anything with the blink right. In the mid, we see the attempts onto the bear. They will be able to push them back with the fear, but the card is now out. Secret focusing down the bear, and they have no problem taking it out. The bear will fall. Qualifier, by the looks of it, without a resummon for 30 seconds, Insania will be able to speed that up a little bit with the Chakra Magic, but still, it's got a pretty disheartening when you see your bear go down that quickly in front of you, as that is You know, he's kind of the powerhouse they need to defend, but he's not much of a powerhouse at all right now with the way the Secret take it. Mickey, Death Ward and Maladin's going to be bringing him down low with that Sleight of Fist as well. Mickey's got to run. Boxy tries to come in and help him out. Boxy will fall. Tiger able to stop them with his shards, but the jump forward with the Remnant. Nisha tries to get the last shot onto Mickey, won't find him. Mickey will manage to get back to the base. Maybe this is the chance for Liquid to turn. Nisha being rooted, caught in place by the ultimate from Insania. A dive too far there. You could see it. You know, he really wanted to try for Mickey. If he was able to get that Sleight of Fist hit, he would have found the kill, but he didn't quite have the reach. And maybe this is what Liquid need to get a chance to strike back for more. Doesn't look like they can catch anyone else. The rest of Secret will retreat. But, I mean, you can feel it. You know, Nisha, he's feeling himself. He's now 5-1 and 14. He was having a great game. Just a little too confident there, diving in past tier 3s and past the racks for that kill.
Yeah, I think maybe it's like, oh, it just expired 20 seconds ago. Wait, what? Oops. I'm going for kills here, drawing back line, but unable to finish that one off. And they lose, they lose Ember, but I think they can just back up and they can look to reset. Look for these constant fights. Liquid have to try to push out their lanes, desperately stay together because they're still a little bit afraid because Zai's going to start moving and Matumba Man's still an absolute beast. As Boxy looks to be the target, they know he's isolated. Can they find him though? Puppy being sneaky. Look at Puppy's positioning.
What's he looking for here? Sort of like a Slardar blinking down the tree line.
I think so. Or putting a ward in base because he's got the 4 sentries and 2 obs. Now he's seen scripts up.
If they're able to push the tower, and if any sort of defense does come TPing in, he will be able to catch them by surprise. But I would be very surprised if Liquid do try and defend this tier 2. I'd imagine they are just going to let this go. This is not a great place of the map to fight around. They're just trying to take what they can from Secret's half of it, moving into their jungle, trying to get qualifier towards his next time after the Mask of Madness Deso will be the MKB to make sure that the Whirling Axes don't sort of stop the potential of this bear. But I mean, we are seeing here, even if this bear is able to hit, Secret do kill it pretty quickly. It's not that easy of a game for the bear to just go in and stay on a hero. There's a lot of tools from Secret to deal with that sort of play.
And there's not a lot of ways for them to really just stop Puppy doing what he just did last time. If he just fiend scripts it, they have to actually commit pretty hard to stop him. Right? Either the Tusk has to do something to commit, or Slardar, or a Will-O-Wisp. That's kind of their options if the bear is the one that's grabbed, because otherwise the bear can't, veer them off of it as Boxy.
It's another death outside of the base. His performance has definitely taken a harsh fall off after the laning stage of this game. He's just not been able to make been able to do anything. And staying here up top, it's another freebie for Nisha.
Well,
going into the Ags after the Deso, making sure he's got this excellent split of physical and output. That's mid lane.
Tiger. And bottom also.
To get the root on Matu. Indeed, as you say, down bottom they are losing their Tusk. Losing their Tusk whilst at the same time having the mid lane pushed in against them, as well as the top. Niche is able to bring that creep wave round. Jeez.
Full Solar Crest on Yapstar as well as that Ghost Scepter. And I mean, we didn't really mention too much, but I mean, these Ghost Scepters, of course, amazing versus Corrosive Phase, but looking at Liquid's lineup, there's no magic damage. Literally 0. It's Illuminate. And then, yeah, Snowball and Shards, I guess, but that's not really like, usual magic damage you're looking at.
It's not killing anyone. Yeah.
They pop Ghost Scepter, they're living. Make it top.
Gotta be, he's being looked at by Nisha. A little hard for the rest of them to make a connection to him, though. And they do have the outpost, but that Lotus Orb, at least he's got ways to remove the chains, ways to run back to the rest of his teammates, and it's like looking to be a bit of a bait. They're going for the smoke up to connect.
He knows. He sees the Spirit Vessel degen on himself. He's probably like, "Hey guys, there's an Ember in the trees here sitting near me." Like,
well, that is very true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely calling for that.
Nisha's out. He goes for a quick poke and he escapes. Maybe maybe it was sort of the the 4-headed play from Nisha. He knew that he was around because of the Vessel aura, so he knew that Liquid would try and smoke up and try and capitalize on it. Top. They've got the BKB commit from Matu. He's going to focus down the lone drip first. The shot, they've actually trapped him up here as Tiger's sort of created his own coffin. As he cannot run away from this troll. Over towards Mickey and Matu goes. Liquid getting split up across the fight. They have lost Yapsor's secret. But that does not matter one bit as Nisha is able to take down Tiger with the help of Zion and Shurikens. 3 dead on Liquid. Into the trees they go. They'll find Boxy one more. And again, it's just another fight that it's entirely won by Secret. Liquid able to do very little whatsoever. They're now down 21k gold.
It feels like they have like, I mean, it's obviously like a pretty big built up net worth, but it feels like their damage is just zeroing out at this point. Matu's just literally A-clicking a hero, then he goes and A-clicks the next hero, and then pops his ult and just A-clicks the next guy. He just has free reign now at this point.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And he did take the fervor stacks too this game, which, I mean, we usually see people take, I think, the Axis damage still, but in this one, he's sticking on targets so well. Yeah. Why not?
No, exactly. Yeah, you targets that you just want to stay on, right? You know, you stay on the bear, the lone druid, if he tanks up with the ultimate, you know, having those extra stacks are going to pay dividends in terms of being able to take down those huge cores, or not so huge right now, really, with the way that Secret have been dealing with Liquid in these last few fights.
I feel like what we were talking about like the 0 magic damage, I just clicked on Yapsor and I'm like, all right, you know, he's got 4 plate queued up.
He knows.
I think he's letting us know. He's like, yeah, they got no magic damage.
Roshan
Roche,
has fallen
over
into the
there.
ring.
No questions asked. Aegis and Cheese going to Secret. Almost certainly just gearing up, ready to try and go for the final blow.
Matumba is just an absolute monster. 807, 283 last. It's like 20,000 gold. Flawless game, really, from him.
Yeah, and it really is one of those games where, you know, everyone's Secret has just played to top form. You know, who just sort of call out as the one that stood above the others. It's hard to do so, right? You know, you either favor Matt because of the way he's been farming, or you favor Nisha because of the way he's been making moves, or the reason why everyone's so rich is because I'm, you know, getting all these tracks off, playing inside the, you know, right in the faces of Liquid every fight. Well, see up top, Matu is a little alone, but he's got the Aegis and Satanic to rely on, so he doesn't really care, and he's not alone anymore. Nisha able to jump over quickly with the Ags. The snowball buys some time for Boxy. Boxy still alive. BKB popped by Matu. Another slide will cut down Boxy. The rest of Liquid have to get back up to the high ground, but here's the chase from Nisha coming in. They'll turn Fiend's Grips onto Mickey. Mickey's been grabbed and outside of the range of this ult, so there'll be no cancelling of it. He's going to be held in place for a good amount of duration. Boxy has brought back. Cast out, not going to bounce. Another nightmare to hold back the bristle. Back in with the slight change. Boxy's held in place, and Boxy, he brought back for this one, and he's in trouble already. He's already dead. It's a dieback on the Slardar, moving in for more, kind of voluntarily, but the snowball Lotus Orb, it kind of works to Secret's favor, because now Matu, he's been able to close the gap. The Shuriken, the tracks, it's out onto all of them. Liquid getting bullied back to the fountain. As this one, 30k gold lead. Liquid trying to give it one final hurrah. There's very little they can do. The last 20 minutes have been all downhill for them as Secret have just rolled over them.
He's on him.
Radiant's
Can they save him, the snowball?
has been killed.
I mean, he's only going to be even deeper in a bit of dangerous territory here, as they've got the cast, the ward down. It is over.
Okay, GG, he means.
It is over. Into the fountain as well. Matu leaving no prisoners as he cleans up with the triple kill. Team wipe, 34 Kelly, 35-14. What a game one performance from Secret. You gotta say, Fog, you know, we saw the drafts. I think Liquid would have been pretty happy with their draft. So the fact that they just got crushed this hard whilst playing their heroes, that's gotta hurt.
Absolutely. And they did the lane setup the way they wanted it, right? They had the Bristle Coddle bottom, so Coddle could stack. They didn't actually get that, like the Bristle.
them everything they wanted for, and you still took the game.
5 seconds.
Like, you must be feeling really good if you're Secret.
And now it's curious because Liquid are going to have to come back and see, what do you do? Because you got beat effectively at your best.
They did win versus Secret those 2 games, and they've heavily outdrafted them, in my opinion, in those series. In the 2 games that they won, they had the Morphling versus Gyro. The other game, they had the Lone Druid that was uncontested.
Wait 1 second.
There you go.
I had to get it turned on.
But also in those games, they actually had like ways to take fights. I feel like in this game, you touched on it about the lockdown, right? Like you have task,
5 seconds.
Coddle ult, and you're like,
It's
Slaughter.
telegraphed.
Like
every single initiation that you have is telegraphed, right? Boxy, even when he gets that blink for an Ember, it shouldn't be too difficult to get away, and you don't have layers of these stuns. One thing that makes some teams shine, like Virtus.pro, the way they play with Grimstroke plus Mars or Grimstroke, you Inkspell into the stun, into the spear, you're stunned forever, and that's a lot of lockdown.
And that alone unlocks your draft to be a little bit more open, right? You don't need to have stuns everywhere because they do it all for you. In this lineup, you kind of, unless you have a good start, your stuns are very lackluster.
And no, Secret not banning the Grimstroke yet. Still second pick. I imagine they'll do it last, but they just have shifted every ban up 1 spot. It'll be curious to see if they now allow Liquid to take their favorite Insania hero or just ban it out again. Because I don't think you can really deal with a Grimstroke the same way you can game plan for a Brit.
Do you ban the Kotl now? You just won versus it though, right?
You let it through. There's no way you ban that.
You can ban the Grim now and let it go through again.
Yeah, I think that's probably the safer play out of the 2 options. Like Carl said, it's one of those heroes that they'll pick if it's available. It's too easy to have a clean draft, and in this type of game, like it was about lack of wave clear, lack of stuns, and you're kind of already answering that with the Grimstroke. So
and Kotl doesn't really have a massive win streak right now, or win rate. It's sitting around 40%. It is quite often, and it's picked in the first phase, but still.
Because I will say, Liquid, I love when they play Kotl, but the weakness for them with that hero seems to be that they're unwilling to play it the same way, say, EG prefers to use Kotl. We'll see it with Terrorblade as an example. I feel like Liquid prefer it with the Ember and the Bristle. They want to fight. They want to battle in the mid game, not just bank on going super late. Like, you don't see them typically PL with it either.
There's the Grimstroke ban as expected. Question is, maybe Liquid goes for the Chen instead of the Kotl, just to try and get a bit more.
No, we go back
and
to the
Ember
Kotl.
this game, so removes it from potentially their hero pool, but Secret most likely would have taken it immediately as well.
Isn't Rubik just available for Secret now? Like another classic, they'll just go Rubik +1, maybe just a
Rubik plus
Centaur, Rubik.
Yeah, Rubik Centaur sounds great.
Do you Bounty Hunter again?
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind even Rubik Bounty Hunter straight
10
up.
seconds.
And that's really a time machine back. There's certain heroes that just never leave us, it feels.
Track on that Kotl with the Shuriken toss slices him in half, like literally half of his H pool with that level 4 track, level 4 toss story.
And we are looking way better at this than we really are.
Yeah.
So shout out to Liquid and Secret
Thanks,
for
guys.
making it look easy.
Yeah, damn.
I mean, you have the Upsor in your team.
Pause. Listen,
Should I? Okay.
Can you I imagine like the Secret game planning room, just there's just a big photograph of Rubik and like puppy pointing to it, and the apps are like, I like this. And I know obviously you can play other heroes. That Witch Doctor performance.
They opened up with Rubik Pango, Rubik Mars, Rubik Chen even. These are the ways they opened before. Right now, only Chen is still in, so they could go for that. We'll see.
It does give away their support.
Rubik DP, just really change it up. I just said DP, just why not change it up? They played it. Same type of combo before. Wasn't to a Oracle though, but same
It actually has been banned out.
Yeah, same type of concept of the support, right? Like
They still value that hero quite a lot. In the last game, I think they banned it out early, right? But they value Bane, it seems, as well. All right.
This is obviously they like the most likely for the laning.
Yeah, I think the way that we just saw Secret play that last game, it's the fact that you get your carry that free level, right? Bane just zones, you give him that early level and you have that kind of collapse potential, and or that carry can go make space whilst your support then catches up.
And that's something, in that last game, it wasn't the carry, right? It was Nisha on the safe lane. So in reality, it's your position 2 that's on that safe lane. So if you give your position 2 those extra levels that he really needs, he will be the natural playmaker in the mid game, and that's exactly what Ember did. So
they just need to find that replacement, right?
You just need to, maybe another spirit.
Maybe a Kunkka?
Another spirit, Kunkka?
Just mid.
10 seconds.
Void Spirit, Kunkka, pretty much any hero.
Void Spirit is what I was thinking of, like perhaps on that safe lane, and you do the same thing pretty much that you did the last game with the Ember. You can build a vessel, you can follow up with the nags or whatever. If you...
We'll see. Secret has...
Now they banned the troll, they're like, can't.
They banned Timber in the previous game, which I think is also... It's a solid ban. If you're playing on... It's just that, to your point, Tiga, Troll gives you tempo and roach taking and tower hitting and Aegis carry.
And you scale eventually, right? Timber isn't really...
You're also way more susceptible to a Spirit Fest.
It means the first team fight you want to take, you know you're going to win it. Because you only take that team fight when you have, like, the items you need, right? Like a Timber or whatever. It's just like, you just exist. You never really play for any timing. Just have your presence.
Secret they've given away their support duo.
Not nearly as much damage as in that first game, though. Witch Doctor really made some of those heroes melt like butter. The Bristle, the Lone Druid didn't feel nearly as strong.
I've never been a huge fan of playing Rubik into Bristleback, because if he ever gets on top of you, you're in some serious trouble.
You don't really have anything to steal from him as well.
So it's definitely a different setup. I could still see Bounty coming in. Anytime I see Coddle, you think Bounty is a possibility. But Secret will have to find different answers. No Witch Doctor, no Ember, and no Troll.
There you go.
Bounty Hunter,
we needed a while for this to happen, man, for Secret to start picking up Bounty as much. Saberlight has been doing it with NIP from... I'm shocked we haven't seen more of it. The hero is so good.
And Liquid just... Hello?
No. The reasoning behind Tusk is that the hero is usually considered as one of the better Force versus Bounty Hunters. Your Force, that's one of the reasons why I mentioned Clock as well in that last game. It fits the same concept in which you are able to get on top of Bounty Hunter and he isn't able to get away from you.
But the lane isn't that scary though, because you have really high armor on Bounty, like they mentioned during the cast in that previous game. Get a casual buckler, you're sitting on like 7 to 9 armor, right?
You did watch the lane though. There were so many situations in which they can't kill him, he escapes, he gets the kill, or he was dying actually in the lane as well. A couple of times Boxy got that double kill as well, and only when Boxy rotated from that lane did Bounty Hunter really recover. So
I feel like it's one of those things where it's still like the time and effort put into it, right? Sure, they're getting the kill, but it's not as simple as like we've gained extra.
There you go, Prophet as well.
I can't.
Boys, we're doing it.
Still in the pool, man. DP against Bristle Coddle, just super solid. It's such a long range silence, and
you can have it ganked, right?
You fear burst.
But
where's the burst from these three heroes?
It's insane.
Secret banned out this hero most than any other hero in the Pro League so far, so they value that Prophet quite heavily, and
I loved it with the Bounty Hunter too, because you get the move speed bonus from popping your ult now. The max move speed has been removed, and then you get tracked MS. So you're just running around like
the drums perhaps as well from Bounty, and
it's a really solid choice here.
And it's the way they've set themselves up again, because they were second pick. They can now decide where this DP is going. If they need a win condition hero, because let's say Liquid try and go for all aggression, then they still have that with the potential DP flex. And I don't know if Secret are too crazy with their flexing, but
I gotta say, I love what Secret have done, and again, they have the benefit of effectively knowing exactly what Liquid are going to do, because once again, we have the same sequence in terms of draft. So
will we see it? Will we see the same?
No, you can't. You can't Lone Druid into Death Prophet Bounty again. That's.
It's literally the same issues.
You can say there's no Ember. You can say there's no Ember, no Witch Doctor.
No, but that's not. It's the concept of your draft, right? It's the fact that you never really make moves on the map. You just exist. You play for stacks.
Yep.
Your stacks will get invaded by, let's say, the Bounty in this situation will scout out. DP maybe with ult can come over. Like, there's so many. It's way too slow. You have to respect that. Secret
You're overthinking it though as well. I have to say. I think Lone Druid. If you can kill him, he can't make any plays. But if he's that beast with Dezo, Mom, that just stands up front, or Basher, Mom.
What about a Koi for Raid? What about something that
Something
plays
easier?
a little more
Yeah.
powerful in the mid game? Because
Sure.
I get where you're coming from, but
Yeah.
the way Secret are playing, it doesn't feel like they're going to
Casual.
allow him to just casually farm up 10,000 gold worth of items.
But they have that position again where they don't really have the stuns that they need to, like DP, move speed, bounty, move speed, they move out the fight. Yes,
there you
casual
go.
co-op happened. Whew. But it's still like, as much as I kind of called it, it's like, where's your stuns? How are you stopping these people just in and
I'll
out
give you
of
that.
the fight?
This is a sick co-op game, though.
It
You
is.
crush the supports. You
Yes,
don't really
it's-
care about the
And the
track.
task rotations on the mid lane, if they do come, you can really shut down the Death Prophet before she even comes online ever. And you don't have any saves coming from Team Secret, even though you don't need them as much with we discussed before.
At least you benefit from the chakra as well. Like the double scream or double blink is really effective. If you had gone for something that couldn't utilize chakra, then Sania would just be hand-holding Mickey for most of this game.
So I think right now there's a lot of emphasis on this co-op having to have a good lane. You already know that the DP, I believe they can just flex this to the safe lane, pick up a mid hero, and then it's not going to be too hot. Maybe just like a casual DK type situation for Secret.
Dragonite, you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Dragonite. And then you have the same thing where Liquid outside of co-op, they need a hero that can make moves. Okay, otherwise you're gonna have that issue where Secret just plays that 20-minute timer again. They get these like
Sorry,
double
what did you
glimpses. I was distracted as well. That's why I kind of peed it off. But you get the same point, right? It's like right now Liquid need a hero that can actually go. Otherwise, Secret, they just farm up their double support active items, be it the Ghost Scepters or the Glimmers or the 4-staff, depending on what the game is, and yeah. Equally distracted, Lizard, I won't lie.
Lycan from Team Secret.
Yeah, they banned it out. Nice.
Right? They
that's
worry
that's
about
the
the
go,
aggression
yeah.
as well. Yeah.
They need a hero to go, otherwise they have big issues.
Trying to see if there's any possibilities here. We got to imagine it's a boxy hero. So
Are we going back to that?
I don't think you can.
No, the battle, you're Ricky, right? But maybe like a Pango. I don't know if that's still banned actually, but that could be very good. Gives you at least a team fight part. But again, it's hard stun they lack.
Secrets turn
They want
to
a
pick.
Monkey.
Ooh.
All right.
Is that a bristle offline now?
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Okay. Bristle
Monkey
offline with the Kotl or with the Rubik. It's all right. It's fine. Monkey as well gives you that tempo with the Queen of Pain early on. You have your Echo Dazzle build on him. Looks pretty solid.
In this position though, do you not just put like your bounty top into the bristle lane? He's gonna have fine time. DP goes bottom, plays that's also somewhat fine. And now you pick up this mid hero that can deal with the co-op.
Is it just you need a vessel buyer? So it's really just conquer a
Bounty
voice
could
spirit.
technically buy that on the Cora, right? He can just
That's
go
true.
phase vessel. I guess the issue right now is that Liquid will happily flex co-op and monkey to always match up the DP lane, I guess. They're not really too concerned about that, but
Thing with some scaling potential, but does feel like Secret needs to match Liquid's mid game. Consider the team fighting is going to be a lot stronger now. You've got Sonic Wave, Coddle Ult, and MK Ult, whereas previously they just Lone Druid Slider don't offer nearly the same amount of AoE. And at least you also have magical damage now.
well, you did ask us, like, what was the replacement to Troll in that previous game? We're basically in the exact same position. The Troll-esque hero is what they need. Oh, they just go for the DK.
Not really the Troll-esque hero, but it gives you two of these cores that are very popular right now and gives you the push.
Yep.
It's also a hero that's good versus co-op. We called it earlier.
Yeah, we've...
The weakness of DKDP is that without ultis they're not effective, but because of the bounty, now you're going to get the bonus gold from these cooldowns being utilized, helps them scale, and if they can maintain that item advantage...
You still can scale very well with Dragonite as well, right? It doesn't matter. In this matchup versus Monkey King, if they lane one against the other, which I guess Team Liquid is going to try and do, isn't that scary for Dragonite any longer. He used to suffer that pretty heavily, but with the max out Dragon Blood, with the recent buffs, you can still lane there.
I guess the question for Secret is if they can actually force out maybe the wrong TP from Liquid with the bounce running around the 10-minute mark, you can literally pressure any lane you want. DK one lane, DP the other. Like, they don't really have to commit anything to pressure or objective. And if they ever want to really pressure you, they can just obviously bring both together and it's gonna fall.
I think this might just be the typical co-op game, all eyes on Koifa. If he dies more than twice, his team probably loses. If not, his team probably wins.
And Track dismantles that, so...
True that. Real fast, who's winning? Lizard?
Liquid.
Oh, sticking to guns. I'm gonna go Secret again. Bounty fanboy.
Oh, all right. Well, once again, split and likely T-Gov again to be wrong. But before we get into game 2, let's greet our casters, OD Pixel and Fogged. Please have some fun.
Thank you, Carl. And yes, we will. I mean, well, game one was certainly fun for Secret, not too much fun for Liquid. I mean, the question is, Fog, are Liquid going to have a bit of a better shot this game? Do you see this one being a little closer?
So we subbed out. Okay, let's see. We subbed out Death. We subbed out Ember and Troll for Death Prophet DK, and then on the other side, we subbed out Lone Druid and Slardar for Quap and Monkey King. And that's it. We have 6 of the 6 heroes saved.
Well, and Rubik for Yapsor instead of the Witch.
Oh, well, yeah, Rubik instead of Witch.
I don't blame you for assuming that Yapsor played Rubik last game.
I felt like he did. He did such a good job. So
he played that well, you know.
Yeah. Okay. This is an interesting one. I mean, Queen of Pain has been one of those heroes that has been just so dominant in pubs as well as these pro games. I think they could cause a lot of problems with the Quap. If like Taiga's able to make moves around with Koifa early on, they can definitely set up for some easy kills on the Death Prophet. But yeah, I kind of agree. I hate saying it. I kind of have to agree with Kyle. It's like eyes on Koifa a lot. It's like eyes on the Queen of Pain. If he ends up dying a couple of times, he could be in a tough spot because there's actually a lot of disable on Secret and a lot of ways to address it.
We're at a 5v5 smoke on smoke around the river. Both teams running at each other. Who's going to back out first? Zai's trying to retreat. The shards are down. He's going to have to skill that level 1 Shadow Walk. Yeah, to make sure he doesn't get caught there.
Not the best to have that level 1, but made him skill shards as well, level 1 too, right? So a little bit of a trade-off. No tag team level 1.
And at least with the...
like he can scout as well.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Shadow Walk, so he can see the lanes.
What's the lanes? Yeah, exactly. He's going to see Boxy and Insania go to top. And with that in mind, you know, Secret can set up their lanes as they wish. And by the looks of it, it will be sending Nisha down to the bottom lane. Actually, no, that's not true. Sorry, Nisha is going to be in the mid lane with those pulled through.
I think they're going to swap. I think they're going to try to get a read. I think they're going to try to put the Death Prophet versus the Monkey King and the DK versus the Quap, right?
Oh, you're right. And Secret are going to make the correct call with that.
Yeah, I think that's the plan for both sides.
I mean, hey, that level 1 Shadow Walk, it looks too bad right now. Because it literally set up this whole ability to set the lane matchups for Secret.
And yeah, he's able to identify those. He gets to see Koifa's items as well. So immediately, you know, 100% that is a safe lane Queen of Pain with those. He even sees a courier again quickly. Got to watch out for that going. Liquid, be careful. So yeah, lane's identified, and this should be a much better setup here for Secret, not having the DK in a 1v1 versus the MK in mid.
Now the question is, are Liquid going to... They are. MK instantly into the trees. He's TPing down bottom.
Yep.
They don't want to play that sort of hand that Secret's trying to force them. They will react. The question is now, does Secret then react themselves? Oh, yeah. They do. Yep, he's just going to TP to mid.
Hell yeah.
And Matu's got to TP himself. He'll stick around for a CS to make sure he doesn't miss out on any efficiency. And will come into the bottom lane via the outpost too. So Secret will be able to force the matchups that they wanted to get.
Cool. A little bit of just some quick switching around, but now both... I think Secret's happy. But Matubman can die in the bottom lane. That is another thing too. Is it to Death Prophet now? He got the ranged advantage versus Mickey, but he can get collapsed upon. I think Puppy's probably the big saving grace though, because they've got ways to play around it with the Nightmare.
Yeah, I mean the top lane, the only one that we didn't see anyone trying to switch around in this is Zai. He's just got so much armor, right? He's not going to feel from the bristle, and he's going to be He's going to be farming fine on this top lane.
Yeah, he'll have less last hits, maybe just a few missing on top, but he'll get that back from the Janata poking onto Boxy over and over again. And we'll see Yapstor. He's just going to harass Insania. Looks like they're doing similar that we saw. I think they do this every time in their safe lane now. Like, look, Yapstor, level 1, just a little bit of XP for him. Zai, almost level 3. So they do this every game now that I've seen.
I mean, it's working. It's one of those things I won't be surprised if we see other teams really take note of and start to do this. Not that other teams haven't been doing so, but definitely more across the board. The power of getting more cores at a higher level quicker than your opponents is definitely felt.
Yeah. Insania getting pressured up top as well as Yapsor on the other side.
I mean, again, any sort of trade like this, Zai with that armor, he's going to be fine for the most part. And of course, he's going to win it out in terms of just the gold, going between the teams. Every single time that passive's available, taking that money with the Janata hits.
And they've got great sustain because they're just both building up these stick charges over and over again. You see Boxy's actually out of regen and Sania also out of regen. So the sustain game for Secret is already won up top. That war of attrition. We'll see those last did start to catch back up, because right now it is still Boxy leading that way, but now look at this. They actually have to run all the way back. That is...
Well,
I don't see people do that, but that is so painful. You have to walk back to base or walk to your courier.
Oh, I mean, you can come back to this lane, but I mean, if it's, you know, Zai's smiling all the way now. You know, he knows that this lane is won, effectively, being able to force back the two of them that much.
Now it gives YapzOr some freedom. Now he's like, okay, nobody's top. I can go check some stuff. It's a coddle. Go check those stacks. He's actually got a ward as well on him too, so he can put one down to at least deep tabs. That will be the case. And back to Lena now, level 4 on the Bounty Hunter.
Level.
Yep, so level 2, and he's got a full level advantage on Boxy.
Boxy trying to find what he can here from the camp, but Zai and YapzOr are able to push him away from it. Having a look at these lanes, qualifier has got the slight lead in mid, 18 for 2 against the 15 for 1.
He's done a great job of just like harassing a lot, because he started with the mantle, so he actually just went for straight nulls rather than going for the bottle, so he actually has a decent amount more damage to harass with onto Nisha, but now Nisha does have those 2 points up and he's going for the soul ring, so that harassment no longer will matter. DD though.
Deny.
I'll get those last hits.
And now we're looking down bottom. 21-4 on Matu. Mickey 20-2, so pretty even trade between the two sides.
Really important thing that Puppy's been doing this entire time is actually, because this is going to allow them to fix the position of the lane, and I feel like the only way Matumba Man actually dies in this lane is if he's too far close to the enemy tower, because then he gets all that extra pace room for Mickey. So these pulls, look at this, the lane is in a godly positioning for them now. They don't have to worry about being chased from this aggressive duo that it does have. And now this bounty rune is actually still here. Puppy's like, okay, another bounty rune in 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's a bit wild.
Yeah, right. I actually didn't notice either.
A bounty rune fermenting for nearing 5 minutes, but it was, and Puppy was able to grab it. We'll see up top. A bit of a move here. Boxy trying to go for YapzOr. He's got a lot of stacks up on him. Zai's going to help block him off a little bit. Boxy got to be a little careful, falling as low as he is, but he has the salve prepared.
Oh, they both salved him, actually.
He's going to be able to cancel it with the shuriken. So Boxy will be kept low, and he is going to be shared a tango by Insania, but that is the final tango they do have up here.
Yeah, Insania actually salved Boxy as Boxy salved himself, so a little bit less of regen. Another dust, though, is available, Zai.
See if they can finish him off, Zai. He's got the 1 charges. Boxy just needs to poke once more. He should be able to find Zai. Zai's trying to hide. He's salving up on the trees. He's able to turn with the shuriken, but he will fall. Liquid finally able to get that first blood here as they take down Zai. YapzOr also could be in a little spot above her as Boxy and Insania stay on top, and he tries for the TP out. They don't have the burst to take him. As YapzOr will live, but Liquid, a very important kill for them up top as well, as they were getting pushed out of it, but now Boxy, he's really back in good shape. You know, throughout sort of the action, his farm has been great. He's been able to play to the neutrals. He's top CS at the moment in the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was perfect. That was actually, I love watching those type of battles where all the players understand so well the mechanics about it. It's just like they're both dancing. Like Zai, if he gets a hit off, maybe Boxy can die, and Boxy's playing just inching back and forth out of that range. Looks like they're trying to set up a kill on mid. They saw Nisha pop the DK form.
Well, do they have enough burst? They have got the Sonic Wave. Nisha, strikes, and there it is. It's enough. Good move from Liquid to take down Nisha.
It's cool how they bring Mickey too. It's like they know DK form is popped. If they just bring enough tools, they can actually bail him out of that aggressive DK form that's coming out. And also, like, he didn't want to be bottom, it seems like. Like, Matu's actually bullied him quite a lot with Puppy. Matu already level 6 with treads, it looks like, finished up. So really start for that death prop in the side lane.
No,
Actually going to set up around him. Yeah, Nisha's going to play around Matu.
From Secret as well. There's the Nightmare. They do not have Dragon Tail skilled, so there's not going to be anything to stop qualifier from blinking off like that.
Zai will be just looking like he's just going to steal experience. Seems, but he was spotted.
And trying to take what he can as well from this little bit of a stack that Insania has got going. Insania steps forward.
Like, kill Insania.
I was going to say, he stepped forward for this. Shuriken won't be enough. Insania does live.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Trees down. That's all Insania has to offer. They don't have any further detection, so Zai will be able to continue to run. Meanwhile, the brawl happening down towards the mid lane. Natu going down there in response to the attempt for Tiger. So another good trade here for Liquid. Liquid, they are getting
Radiant's bottom
these
tower
very big
is under
early kills
attack.
onto, well, now all 3 cores of Secret during the laning stage.
And it was, they killed the DK as soon as DK form was used, and Matumba Man actually had used Exorcism to chase forward. That kill got killed instantly afterwards too, so some time that they will have to wait for at least those ultimates to be available. Sai continuing to be annoying versus Boxy. Mickey, chase.
I've got the backup, Zai. He's got Shadow Walk up in a second, but he's already too low. They're prepared with Dust as well. Another kill. Liquid being active this game and just sort of joining forces earlier on and taking out the cores. They're taking Zai out a couple of times now.
Yeah, and this time more mobile cores to be able to respond to that with, right? The last time they were playing versus an Ember who was just moving around them easily while they couldn't punish because Koifa was a lone druid. Now this time around, Koifa is a quap. He can respond all the time. Same thing for Mikke. He's not on a Bristleback. He's on a Monkey King. He can make moves. Also, pointing out that Koifa did go 4 points in Shadow Strike. Didn't notice that till just now.
Yeah, that's a little interesting. What do you think the reasoning is for that this game?
I guess he just really wanted to be playing versus the DK, but this is going to hurt him so much the next few moments. And he has a Coddle on his team to be refreshing his Scream of Pain. So this is a little bit weird to say, but...
Zai playing a little too aggro, as that is a 3rd death upon him. Going underneath the tower there. I mean, he just wanted to steal some money, but they're able to punish him with sort of the death every single time he tries to go for it.
A bit of an interesting one. But yeah, 4-point Shadow. I'm assuming it's just because he wanted to just deal with the DK in the lane. But like I said, this is going to destroy his game in the next few moments. He has no farming tool now without the Scream. And he's a Coddle on his team, which usually is like the big one that refreshes it, as Matu actually with the long TP.
He's got the Siphons. That's Shadow Strike. Big damage, obviously, with the max level. Yeah, it hurts.
He's dead.
And it will get the job done.
If he can get kills, then fine, the Shadow Strike build will work. But yeah, his farming will be slowed down. So at least he's keeping those moves going. 10 minutes.
I am mighty.
Post 1 for 1. Bounties look like it should be a 2 for 2.
And McKay, meanwhile, is trying to farm up his Echo Saber in the mid lane. And this game, it is, yeah, just a Zai that is starting to fall behind a little bit in terms of the cores because of these movements that have cost him his life a few times now in this first 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's just been more annoying this game than anything, just poking and giving information, and making them spend gold. I think that's the biggest thing. Like Insania has spent so much money on sentries and dust. Puppy mid.
Quick move in. He'll try and buy time with the Nightmare. Won't be able to save himself. TP comes in from Nisha. Secret are trying to chase, but Liquid, they're on the retreat. Zai beginning to get the tracks out. We'll be able to get in and take down Tiger's courier. Liquid, they're here in full force, so unlikely the Secret's going to be able to do too much. Nisha has used the Elder Dragon form, but with the the tower defense of Boxy and Insania, there's very little that Secret can do to trying to push past at this point in the game. So Liquid will be able to keep this tier 1 mid very, very safe right now, still sitting at almost full HP.
Quite for trying to pressure top as best as possible. We'll get tracked up for the meantime, but I think he's pretty much got the tower dead. Puppy actually can do Nightmare it, and remember that catapult so we can get the deny successfully. Nicely done there by him. Yeah, we see those fights there. This time, Secret doesn't have the same potential of going for these type of trades or chases. Sorry, when they do TP into those towers, like into mid. DK does have the stun this time, but last game, every single time they went for those charges, they had an Ember who was slight chaining people and able them to just catch up and catch over and over again. This time, not the case with Death Prophet and the DK.
See around mid. Eyes there onto Quakefoot. So we'll be able to grab himself the blinks. So has the potential for some setup himself.
Mm-hmm. Mick is getting pretty close to this Echo Saber. He's getting very farmed in this game.
Yeah, he's been able to find a good amount of space, moving between the mid and the safe lane, avoiding each time the focus of Secret when Secret are making moves together with this sort of Zai Yapsel lead in. It will start to sweep down towards the bottom. He just got the Elder Dragon form good to go if they want to try and push on rounds to tier 2. But Mickey is already scouting things out from the tree line. Also has Tiger hidden on the back lines as well amongst him.
not really much for Secret to gain down here, except like looking at the Absol kind of just reclaiming the outpost. He has Blink stolen, so he feels pretty safe to play aggressively like this. Also playing around Nisha, that's probably why they're playing down bottom. Bobby trying to get a grip on mid.
Tiger, he's going to come in with a TP, stepping forward and a punch up. Puppy getting nuked down low. They'll be able to turn the side. Immediately they're on to Quaifa, but Quaifa's going to be fine. He's able to blink out to safety. As Insane, it drops down the Ignis Fatuus to put a stop to Secret's attempt. Secret do get Tiger, and they will be able to start pushing onto this tier 1 mid. Scary
for Quaifa for a second there too. That's what we're talking about, is there's a lot of ways for them to address him, and just like a stun or a silence, and he could get brought down very easily. Boxy's going to step up here to try to defend this tower.
They're bringing TPs in. They want to try and put a stop to this. Zai in the trees, scouting out the TP in front. Mickey getting the tracks out, but immediate dust is there. Zai is on the front lines. Liquid, they'll be able to run him down by the looks of it for sure. Mickey jumps forward with a Primal Spring. It's another death on Zai. Zai very much playing the role of sort of a sacrificial ward, just throwing himself into the lineup to give Secret the info. Most of the time, the info is just a Secret to get out of there. And Zai, he can't do so in time. He's dying yet again. 0, 4, and 1.
I love how Liquid's responding. Just always, Boxy has to be there for all of them, but they're bringing everybody. When they see DK form and Exorcism used, now are a bit weaker without these two. They're starting to fall off. Liquid trying to play this advantage, but maybe playing it a little bit too hard under a tower as all 5 are back.
Quaifa is going to be able to bottle up a DD rune. Down in the river, Insania. It's being chased, but a boundless strike from Mickey keeps his retreat safe. So Liquid 8 for 2. Net worth difference for the moment, less than 1k between them. It's another very close start, but you can definitely feel that the playmaking capabilities of Liquid's heroes this time round are doing so much for them.
Yeah, they're
Secret's trying to pull in. Secret's pushing with like this Exorcism, this Elder Dragon form, and not taking the towers. You know, this mid tower has been held yet again by Liquid, despite Secret trying to commit with these ultimates.
Yeah, Secret's trying to catch them off guard here. There's a play that's like, they don't have ultis, so something that Liquid might not expect, but they're trying to play around this Blink Dagger that Nisha picked up very early on for his team. He can set up some aggressive plays with that one. But yeah, Liquid are aware. And yeah, this game, like I was mentioning, they have much more movement available for themselves. So as long as Boxy's parked and set up in an area, those 2 other cores can get there in no time from the Monkey King and the Clop.
Bottom lane is saying, sort of standard stuff. You know, he's a call. He's going to be pushing out lanes sometimes. The Secret
That should help.
will manage to catch him. TP's up to the top half of the map to see what they can catch here. Tiger. He's going to buy Zai. Tried to use the shards to block him off, but ends up blocking himself in.
3-person track kill. A little bit of 120 gold bonus, or 80 gold bonus plus the extra for Zai.
I mean, that is the thing, you know. If Zai does die, it doesn't matter. As long as he gets the tracks out and the team's able to get the money, Secret are going to be happy. Mid lane,
Will-O-Wisp.
Ignis Fatuus picking the 2 of them in. They'll turn on to Nisha. Nisha is getting burst pretty heavily there, even though he was the big old dragon. It didn't matter.
And the App Store.
That's going to be 2 more kills for Secret, for Liquid. They're 10 to 4 now. They'll be able to take their tier 1 and make. Okay. Maybe looking for more. Zai is scouting him out. Won't be able to chop the tree there with the Quelling Blade. They have the Fiend's Grip. Mickey, he needs help and he needs it fast. Quaifa's going to jump across, push Zai back. Puppy is now going to be focused. The Fiend's Grip is not enough damage to kill off Mickey. Mickey's able to get the balance strike off, take him down. It's another kill for Liquid. Matu, he's cleaned up 1. Can he clean up anything more? The rest of his team have all died. It's only Matu left alive as Boxy starts heading straight towards him, knowing how vulnerable Matu is right now. There is an outpost, so TPs can come in a Secret respawn. Matu turning with the siphons onto the 2 of them. He's keeping himself alive for now, buying time for Yapsor to connect. Fade Bolt's face of Insania. They will kill the Kotl, and Matu will manage to survive.
Very thankful for Secret that Matu at least able to get Mickey, but still a good chase forward by Liquid. Again, over again, they've got great ways to chase and progress their fights from one kill into another, a little bit better than Secret does in a lot of these scenarios because of those high mobile cores. Why we're seeing them being so popular now.
You know, the Kyle and the panel, they talked about sort of the importance of Quaifa's game, and you know, Quaifa, he's been playing at top notch right now. 6-0-2 on the Queen of Pain. No sort of awkward deaths on his movements every single time. He's getting involved very safely. Down bottom, Zai will find the setup for a track kill. Tiger been found in the trees. More money for Secret going their way. One of the reasons why it's 12-7, the gold's even. Zai has been doing his job despite the dying in terms of just getting the tracks out, making sure that Secret are able to keep that gold even.
And he also just, visible impact. You force the supports to buy a lot more sentries and dusts. So you see Insania is very poor because of that. Just that naked trend.
And we'll see in mid if Secret are tempted to try and push on for this tier 1. Boxy will show himself.
They got their ult ready.
Zai's just sweeping up the river, seeing what information he can get for the squad.
Matu definitely feeling quite a bit stronger now too with this plate now on top of a Yule's too. Has a couple of ways to play around all that burst damage that can't come out. Nisha's still very fragile though, as we've seen. Even though he's a DK, he dies very fast. He's building toward that halberd, which will help a bit, but
so the next point of call is going to be for Secret. As you can imagine, they really want to do away with this tier 1 mid. But Liquid, so far, they've been persistent in holding and not allowing Secret to take this. Again, Quakefer and Tiger, they're sitting themselves mid, knowing that Secret very much want to play around this area. Pings are coming out on the tower, and Secret start to move up to the high ground once again. Nisha on the side will be able to get the jump with a blink immediately on top of Tiger. Fortification has come out. We'll see if Liquid want to try and hold this yet again. This time they may just let it go. Insania attempts to step forward. It will be able to pull them back with the English fastest. In fact, Boxy is coming in from the side. So again, Liquid, they're pushing Secret off the tower. See if Yaps was able to find a situation to use in turning this one around. Tracks start to get laid out onto Boxy and Insania. Jump for getting dagger. Nisha's been able to close the gap onto Boxy. They've got the Siphon as well. Boxy being the focus, but he's tanky. He's able to turn. The Wukong's command is down. They go with the Boundless Strike into Zai. Zai being slowed up in the ult will be able to crawl his way out of it. So the Wukong's command not able to do much more than give Zai a bit of a tickle on the way out.
That was a very defensive Wukong's. I didn't think Boxy was in that much trouble at all when he was being chased there either. So I guess maybe he thought something else was going to catch from the side. Nisha tried to get that initial jump onto Quakefer there. If Quakefer gets jumped, he's probably dead there, since the Tuskers are dead. But yeah, Boxy, he has to be there for those pushes. He has to be in position every single time to slow those down. As Quakefer finds himself a solo kill.
Bountiful.
Yeah, the poor old supports aren't going to have too much fun out on the map with Quakefer hunting with his Orchid complete. It'll be easy kills for the taking. Mid lane, obviously, after that skirmish, they did lose that tier 1. So Secret were finally able to open that mid section of the map. Now inside the jungle, though, Mickey and Quakefer, they are hanging around. Saw attempts to pull him off the tree there with the Ignis Fatuus, but he's out just in. He'll be able to get out of range of it. That was a close one.
That's scary, though. Yeah, that's really quite terrifying. Is that now will look to get brought down. The Orchid.
Monster kill.
Exquisite.
Quakefer keeping his game as clear as he needs to. 8-0-2.
And he's got Bow too on top. Bow plus Orchid always was really nice. I love the combo of that magic resistance plus that little bonus damage you get.
Yeah. So, an excellent item to find on the co-op. And Secret smoking up. Last time, they were able to get a good fight going with Nisha being able to on the initiation with this Blink Dagger. Now with the completed Halberd, he can really put a stop to Liquid's attempts to turn any sort of fight the Secret get going.
They can't get Boxy, though.
It's a tough target. They need a lot of heroes for this. They are going to bring Zai down, and Nisha, he's going to go for the easy one. Backlines. Immediately jumps past Boxy, goes towards Insania. Insania will be able to knock him back with a blinding light, forcing Nisha to spend more time trying to kill him if he wanted to. But in fact, Nisha is going to turn back over towards Boxy because they brought Boxy down to half HP, but the rest of Liquid's in. Boundless Strike out onto the two, and then Quakefer's ready to join the forces as well. The Fighters pulling in Puppey. Puppey will be the first focus. They bring down the Bane. Tracks are out onto all 4 of them. Nisha still trying to move across. Boxy, he is low. Get in front of him. Nisha trying to kill him off. Nisha goes forward for Boxy. Will be able to bring him down with the brief fire. side, but now he's stuck in the Wukong's command. Another tracks out Matu, stepping over the Siphon. Mickey, he's in trouble. He's getting sucked down by the Siphon of Matu. As Matu, he can look for more with this remainder of the exorcism. Liquid's got to be a bit careful how they poke at this. Boxy has fought back for this attempt. Into the snowball he goes, he rolls over towards Matu. Sonic Wave will push them back, but Tiger goes down. There's a buyback again from Liquid, bringing Tiger in this time. Nisha, he goes straight for the TP out. So does Matu. They know there's nothing else to cancel them. As Secret, they'll get everyone out, apart from Zai, but nobody's surprised about that. You know, this is one of those games where Zai, he just plays sort of the dying role. And you know what? It's working out for Secret, because now they're 3k ahead. That was Liquid using 2 buybacks just to sort of get Zai at the end of that fight. The other 2 calls of Secret, Nisha and Matu, they both managed to escape.
Yeah, they did such a good job of just stalling the Bristle over and over again with that Fiend's Grip, and they don't have Spirit Vessel. I actually thought they had Spirit Vessel because of how fast he was dying in the initial Gone on him. But he gets brought down low, and then reinforcements come. That's the big one. Matu is able to get there, and he has a full Shivas on top of an Essence Ring too, a fortunate item for a Death Prophet. He joins in that fray, and then the fight's just too hard for Liquid.
I mean, Liquid, they're trying to go for this Roche. They do need
this.
They did use 2 buybacks. If they can get the Roche, the buybacks will have been worth it. But Secret, they're just going to fight this. They're moving with the silence onto Boxy and qualifier. Boxy getting brought down low again. Matu, he just seems to be too strong for them. He's running them down. Boxy's left behind. The snowball will buy him some safety as Tiger takes him up to the trees, but indeed Quake's been found. Nisha gonna blink back up in a few seconds. They will be able to get the urn on him, so Nisha cannot blink him for more. He still might be able to find the Dragon Tail onto Tiger as he tries to chase him. And get the lift up, drag back as well into track range. Nisha's gonna have blink up in a second, and he's going in past the tier 2. He does not care. He's incredibly tanky right now in the DK. They take down Tiger. It's another track kill for Secret as they're now beginning to build that gold lead. Roshan sits at half HP. If Secret do want to head into here, Matu, he's going to have Exorcism back up in 25 seconds as well. So Secret, they're still very strong to take these objectives. And with that last down bottom, Liquid buying back, not really being able to win the engagement, then trying to go for Roche, not being able to get Roche.
Mickey.
Liquid's game is taking a big hit right now.
Puppy, he read his play. He found him in the tree with the courier.
A Secret, we sort of saw this in Game 1 around the 15-minute mark. It was as if sort of Secret as a lineup, they just turned themselves. Everything was looking to be played at the highest of levels. We're now getting to that point here in Game 2. It seems that something just happens, something snaps, and suddenly every move that Secret makes, it's just that much better than Liquid's. And Liquid, they just start to look a little lost.
Yeah, and now they're playing with all this aggression into like no BKBs because Koifa is he's getting kind of close to it, but Mickey went for the Desolator too, and now these disables and these silences are gonna just put that much more work. It's a level 18 Death Prophet.
Is under attack.
Koifa, anything, if he gets hit by anything, right, like a silenced any type of disable, he's just dead now at this point.
I mean, we had the official numbers from Kyle. It was 2 deaths, and the game is over. This could be that second one that Kyle foresaw, as they'll have the silence after this. There we have it. That is the 2 deaths. As Kyle has spoken, he said that was it. Maybe he said more than 2 deaths, so maybe there's another death in it. I think he maybe said more than 2, so he's got one more chance, Quaker, but if this clock goes down again,
Radiant's bottom tower
the Oracle has spoken. We'll see. It's a 9k lead now for Secret.
And now Yapstar with the stolen blink. Is he going to be able to find Insania here? Is there backup? Nisha's got a blink and a stun.
Oh, very nicely jumping over the Illuminate.
And now they're just cruising.
It's almost as if,
gold lead.
You know, Secret, they enjoy giving you the feeling of, hey, you guys got a bit of a chance, and then they're like, no, you haven't. Because they're just relentless in the way that they fight now at this point of the game. Going in onto Boxy, a buyback will come out from Insania, trying to save him. They will be able to push it back. Again, Mickey trying to get the ult going, but he's been chopped off the tree. The tree's been taken out. He cannot commit with the Wukong's quite yet. He goes with a Boundless Strike. They could still try something with the Radiant Cygnus Fire if it comes to an end. The tier 3 getting hit down low. Now, we'll be able to push Secret back. But these defenses, they seem to be getting weaker and weaker. Secret's strength only growing as the items continue to fly out, whilst Liquid, they're starting to struggle immensely in keeping up in farm on their cores. You see both Nisha and Matsuma Man nearing sort of 4k ahead of anyone else in the game right now.
And they're just going to keep running at them. They're not going to give them any space to catch up either, because they're It's only like 20-second downtime now for them. Exorcism, I believe. I don't know if it was popular Arcane Rune, maybe it was, but he's only got 15 seconds left on that one. DK form as well, so they're ready to fight. Just keep Liquid China trapped in their base. Don't let them farm and finish up that BKB that they really need on Koifa so he can actually play as he gets jumped.
This is the third death. The snowball, it will save him for a little bit. Silence was already used, so Koifa, I think, should be able to blink out. He will. There's nothing else to catch him. He'll hold on to his life for just a little bit longer. As the Orb will manage to remove that vessel. They're pushing on the secret tiers. Mickey trying to find what he can with a split push. Desperately trying to get that BKB done. He needs it for the defense. Without that BKB, Secret, they can chain stun him so well.
Yep. Exorcism at the ready. They're pushing. You see them trying to desperately push out top here with Mickey. Same thing for Koifa, probably pushing bottom to finish the BKB. Boxy's just going to try to be that rock that holds the high ground here.
And there we go. Another tier 3 just being taken with Liquid seemingly unable to have any sort of answer to this. Their full lineup is alive, but they're just not able to fight Box. Mickey, he just doesn't want to get involved until that BKB's there. But that's going to mean they're losing these racks.
Yeah,
I mean, they have backdoor
he knows
protection.
He can't fight without it.
But now the creeps come back in. Tiger gets turned towards the silence out, and Boxy and Tiger. The Wukong's command is down. He throws out a balance strike looking for Matuma Man, but Matuma Man is so darn tanky, he's able to easily walk out of the ult. A Secret can happily wait that out, move in with the next wave if they want to do away with this melee rack sitting at just under 300 HP. They'll find it. They come back in, they finish off the objective, and Liquid, they're just not ready to put a stop to it. Boxy trying to have a bit of a poke on Tanisha, but quickly with the halberd. Any attempt from the Bristle is put to a halt. Now turning over towards Matu, but you're just not putting a dent into this Death Prophet. Matu, with the armor that he has, it's just far too big right now. They are chasing. Nasal could bring him armor down a little bit, but Boxy, he's gone pretty deep for this. They just turn, they kill him off, and that's Boxy dead for 80. He doesn't have buyback. Koifa's going to try and come forward, but Nisha, he picks up a double kill, taking out Insania, and now Koifa and Tiger, they've got to get out of here. There's Koifa, he has the big it's there, and that is the third death. 3 deaths on the Queen of Pain, and the game will be over. Carl said he couldn't have been more accurate by the looks of it. This game, Fogged, as this one, it's looking pretty done.
It really is. I mean, they don't call him Nora Kyle for nothing, as he definitely was right with this one in Secret. These guys are, I mean, Secret's just scary. Liquid throughout this whole tournament has been turning up. I think they were on, what, like a win streak coming into this match?
They had an incredible run, yeah.
And now Secret, I mean, Puppy, and he's like, you know what? Bane, I'm picking Bane both games. Make it look real good. Now other teams are going to start picking Bane. Same thing with Witch Doctor. No, he definitely, like, being honest, Puppy looks like he came with a plan versus what Secret was, or with what Liquid was usually drafting. And it's seeming to work super well for them. The way that they're moving around the map, and it looks a little unorthodox, but at least, I mean, this one looks a little bit more normal. Last one looked a bit more unorthodox, but...
That should help.
This game looking incredibly hard for to turn. I mean, the sort of final chances when they do have the 2 BKBs, obviously Koifa, I mean, he had his last fight, didn't matter. Obviously down to the Fiend's grip, holding him down through that magic immunity. Mickey didn't quite have his. It will be there in a creep wave or so. But even then, you've got to sort of ask yourself, where does the capability come to take down Nisha, to take down Matuma Man? Both of these heroes are so insanely tanky. You know, Nisha, 3k HP, 39 armor with this AC. You just can't see it happening.
No, and Matumba has a heart now coming out on the courier in a moment. He's almost finished with, on top of that essence ring that we talked about earlier, that's a very fortunate item to have on the Death Prophet.
Oh, here we go, Liquid. This could be their final attempt at getting something going. They're coming out with the smoke, trying to catch Secret off guard. Secret go for the smoke themselves. Anisha, he just jumps straight in, goes in with the Dragon Tail Stun onto Tiger. The silence as well. The feed holding a bomb. Quite Nigma jumping in with the BK. The Ignis Fighters is laid down, pulling in both Matu and Zai, but already they've lost Insania, they've lost Boxy and Ty. The two buybacks coming out from them. They turn over towards Puppy. Puppy able to keep himself alive with the Nightmare. BK, he's in trouble. He's silenced. The BKB comes to an end, and so does his life. Triple kill for Matumbaman, ultra kill for Matu. As they all die to the ghosts, and GG is called. Matu, he's hoping to come across and at least pat this up with a rampage before the game ends. Will they let him get it? They won't.
Nisha
takes the kill, and he's able to get it with the GG being called as it was. But still, 27-19, 28k lead. It was a little slower to ramp up from